Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining, welcome to Makeup Hues and Views. Okay, you guys, I admit, this has become an impromptu part 2. So there's something that should have just been a part 1. I actually just finished my first ever, gotta shake it off, my first ever YouTube live, which I thought would be so much easier because I've done live, I've done only one other. It was a Facebook live and it wasn't for the Makeup Hues and Views Facebook page. It was just on another makeup group page. There were 100 people on there and I was having fun. I had no makeup on. I had on PJs. I had that really funny headband I have with the big old bow on it, and I was no problem. I mean, I didn't even want to get off. I was having so much fun talking to people, and I was messing up. I was like all here and there, and I didn't care. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because this new camera attached to my computer over here and trying to look back and forth, or just, you guys, I was so nervous. But I'm committed to keeping that video up there because that is going to be a reminder to me of my growth the next time I do another Facebook Live, and the one after that, and after that, that I can track that, and it kind of holds me a little bit accountable. Also, it can help anyone else out there who may be nervous about, it may not even be about YouTube or doing live, it may be speaking for the first time in front of a group of people or friends, or not even that, just something you're trying for the first time. Dancing, swimming, something for the first time. And you're going to get awkward and you're going to feel uncomfortable and you just kind of push through, and you've gone just doing it that first time. You always just got to push through that first time. So maybe seeing me kind of like that may encourage you. You may get a good laugh. Hey, that's okay. Just don't post too harsh in the comments, please. But so I'm posting that. And last but not least, I gotta be honest, that was good watching because it helps though, because I don't think I've actually introduced what this is. This is a part 2 to the McGrath Mothership VI eyeshadow palette. Here is the box. It's so shiny. It's really cool. Really cool. So I did a swatching of that. Let me calm down. I did a swatching of that eyeshadow palette because I had several people request that I swatch it, so I did that. And the swatching actually came out pretty good. My arm though, I've got unusually long arms, you guys. I confess that right now. Even for my height, my arms are longer than they're supposed to be. I've got freakishly long arms. Like my arms are like for someone who's like 6 feet tall, and I'm only 5'7", and it's weird. But they make really good for swatching because I have such a long arm that you can put like a whole palette on here. But anyway, I started, and here we go. I'm going to show it to you because you guys, these colors, I'm still wearing them. It's beautiful, this palette. And then what I'm going to do after I show you the swatching, I'm going to actually try a look that I've been eyeing, that I've been hoping to do. And let me go ahead and introduce these to you real quick. Starting down below, that's going to be on, see, everything's mirrored to me, you guys. This is the Skin Show Moon Glow. And that really does, in my opinion, look kind of like the moon at nighttime. Let's see how I can get that in there. There it is. Next to it, which is going to be this way, is Extreme Dusk. No, that is not the shadow. That literally is Extreme Dusk. And I'm excited about that because if you know me, you know that I cannot do a winged eyeliner for anything. So I like to take a brush. Let me see if I've got one readily available. This one. I like to take these pointed brushes like this and dab them and do that for my eyeliner. I take a little black eyeliner and I kind of smudge it out. And so this color is perfect. And then next is the Bronze Eclipse. And you want to talk about bronze. Look at that. That's Bronze Eclipse, followed by Taboo. And I know for a minute it's kind of hard to see. It actually is there. It is brown shades, and that's my skin color is brown, so it's a little hard to see, but I think that's going to be a good one to kind of serve as a base for other colors. And then Vermilion Venom. Get that. That's that red one. Let me turn my arm. That's a nice matte. followed by Wicked Envy. And I think that's such an appropriate name. It's green, not green with envy. But look at how this is more of these colors here. Let me see, I turn my arm. These colors down here, these 5, I would say are good for just about anyone. You could get away with wearing these during the day, more muted tones to them. You really could, you know, and then it starts as you work down the palette, it gets more bright, more vibrant. And look at that green. The lighting on it, you see, I take it back my arm and you see how it gets that green to it? Yes, okay. And then moving up is the one I couldn't wait, you guys. I had to tap it just a little, just touch it. I didn't do a full swatching last night, but and it is Blood Moon 005. And that is a pretty good depiction of what I would imagine Blood Moon, you know? You only see them a couple times a year, fall, harvest moon kind of thing. And then there is Blitz Violet Orchid, another beautiful one. Then there is Astral Solstice, followed by Jubilee. These 4 here, these are definitely wow in terms of, look at that. Look at that Blood Moon right there. You guys, that looks like liquid. It's amazing. And I got to tell you one other thing before I actually get into a look with this. Okay, let me go back to this again because this is just amazing, these colors. These are perfect for fall. Seriously, it's like you know that she got her start by doing makeup on the runway for fashion models. So she had to coordinate makeup, create makeup colors to match the clothing of the season. That's how she actually started. And then she came up with her own cosmetics line. And these colors, you cannot tell me, these colors are not the colors that most of us are wanting to be wearing this fall season. Look at that. Especially, okay, I'm doing this in reverse. Let me just try it this way. These, you guys can still see that? These 4, I mean, pow, bing, bam. Now I understand for those of you who have Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes that they can be the same. Like if you already have one of her palettes, especially from Mothership, some of these colors are similar to other ones. This is my first ever Pat McGrath anything. So I can't compare that. But I understand some of you are die-hard Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette people who have those. Still, I don't care. Look at this. This screams fall. Oh gosh, these colors right there. Those 4, bam, right there. Those 4 are for the autumn season. Perfect. So I'm super excited about that. So I want to go ahead and try a look. I can't believe I'm washing Pat away. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let's have a moment of silence. No, I'm not going to do it yet. I just can't. This, I admit this is an expensive, this is probably the most expensive palette. I know it is, because I don't have anything close. I have another Natasha Denona. I'm just going to say it because I'm not sponsored by anyone. I have the Natasha Denona Sunrise, not the Sunset. I have the Sunrise palette. That's the newer one that she made smaller and more economically affordable. That's probably the most expensive shadow I've ever had until this. And even this, I got on a big discount on sale. It was like 20% off. I signed up for her email newsletter just because, and it was 20% off, and I jumped on it, and I got it actually. I've been very patient waiting for it. I got it last month during my birthday month in September as my happy birthday to me. But anyway, this palette, you guys, okay, now that I've swatched it and everything, now I can let it out. Look at that. It's gorgeous. There are 10 shades in here. Of the 10 shades, there are 7 formulas. Like, this is an artwork. I am not trying to tell anyone, if you are not able, like you are really stretching to get this, you may have to go quick. Don't do it. Don't do it. It is a fun, pleasant experience. Don't do that if you're really financially not able to. Just kind of try to enjoy it with me this moment, because I'm not someone who just goes out and buys these palettes. So I'm with you. I'm with you on this. Like, this is a big deal to me because it's beautiful. It's amazing. And for those of you who are like the Sephora VIB Rouge times 10, like you just buy these like it's not fine. Okay, go to the other channels, go to the bigger YouTubers, and you know, like it's nothing big deal. But I want you to grasp and savor this moment with me. This thing came, so it comes in its box, right? So it has its box, and yes, I'm keeping it in its own box. It's like its own bed, right? This box that it was shipped in looked like its own subscription box. It was a black box that was way too big for it. And it had confetti, but it was like shimmery confetti. Like, of course, because Pat McGrath can't have like regular old school middle class people confetti. She needs like fancy, expensive confetti. Like it probably was like confetti from like the shreddings of the programs from some Paris fashion shows or something. I don't know, like this, it was like glittery, shiny confetti. I took a picture of it, I'll post it up. I don't have the box or the confetti anymore because it was messy, and secondly, because I used that box and that padding to send to the winner of my first ever Makeup Hues and Views giveaway. So I was like, this bad boy is gonna be used, so I reused it, okay? But it came in this thing, and it was like if you could look in it, it was like had this much cushioning, and it's insane. And if I have the picture, I'll post it up here so you guys can see. It was, and it's heavy. And I know that's stupid because sometimes heavy doesn't mean better quality, but I kind of use that as a gauge sometimes, that comparing one thing, that this thing is heavy. These pans are big, it's heavy. It was like an event for me. It is an event. Okay, I'm gonna calm down, get some water, drink some water here. I encourage you, watch that live swatching, because you actually see me discovering these colors for the first time, and there's never anything like your first time. So, okay, I'm just being a goof now, so maybe I should have put this on live, because now that I'm silly, you know, oh well. I have a look that I think I'm going to try. Well, I am going to try it. I think it might work. So, I got this shirt, and I don't know if it's going to appear red to you all once it's posted, but there is, okay, so there's some rosy colors, but the in color for 2019, if you do not know that, I learned that from, I like to sew, so I actually learned about colors that way, is this reddish orange, and yes, oranges and reds have been popular before, but this kind of a fiesta orange is very popular, and it's right in there. Okay, so this palette, my favorite color in here, which is the Blood Moon 005, I'm going to see if I can play around with that. I like to match my clothing with my makeup. I don't know if you guys are like that. Some people lay out their clothing and then their makeup. I'm the type of person that when I get ready and plan for things, I decide like what makeup and eyeshadow I'm really excited to wear, a lipstick, and then I try to see if I can work my clothes in, unless it's like something I have to wear, a certain outfit, you know. But I'm the person who will try as much as possible to try to center my makeup and my clothing. That's how much I love makeup and how fun it is. So I already got my eyeshadow primer on, foundation, all of that. Again, this was going to be an entire live, and I just couldn't, you guys. I just could not. Let me get in there and try to fix that. Got a mirror down here. Buff that off a little. Let's dive into this look. I kind of want, I'm seeing a, I don't know the best way to call it, but let me go ahead and let's do this. I don't want to blind you guys with the mirror and the light, so I'm just going to dive right in here. I'm going to start with that color right there. Taboo. Okay. I'm going to look in my, actually I got a compact here. I can do that instead. I'm going to do one eye first. See, already. This is an amazing palette. Good news is Pat McGrath also has a, how do I say it? They're smaller palettes on Sephora for very reasonable price, like in the 20s or 30s, but much cheaper than this. Like this is a rare event for me, you know. And sorry I looked that way, just didn't know if my husband was coming in. Ask me something, but she has on Sephora, and I admit the packaging is, I've heard people complain, I like the packaging, but the reviews for the eyeshadow themselves are 5s. Except for people who complain, and it's not about the eyeshadow, it's about the packaging. The packaging, it apparently is not, it's very weak material. It's like I imagine it to be like I'm trying to think of anything, I don't have anything around here, like not even cardboard, like a very thin plastic, and then they're in there. But hey, all I gotta tell you guys, this is amazing, this formula. That's the point. It's amazing. So, let me try. So I'm putting Taboo in here, okay? And I am deliberately, no, let me just go ahead and keep going here. I'll explain later. I'm going to get this focus here. So that's Taboo. I'm then going to put in my next favorite color in here is the Vermilion Venom. And that's this red. Oh, it almost looks kind of orange there too. There it is. I'm going to put this in here. Just pat, and I'm patting it in. And I'm going to pat it pretty deeply in here. This is kind of going to be my base. This is kind of a look I've been doing lately to get ready for work. Not these colors, but this eye look. I don't know if you would call it the smoky eye or not, but instead of, you know, how everyone's got the, I can't even think, you know, I'm still like this adrenaline rush from trying to do the Facebook Live and everything. Crease cut, you know, everyone's got all the different colors and everything, and sometimes when you're going to work, you can't wear that, or you just don't have time, or you gotta, you know, you're going to class in the morning and it's a really early class and you've been out late, or you're just someone who just, you don't want to put on so much. So me, I can't wear, even if I had the time, a cut crease to my office job out in this small town in Texas. That would just seem weird, in my opinion. So I'm patting that on there real good. Use a little bit more Taboo, kind of mute it a little. And I want, though, but I do want that red, because remember, as I said, that one of the colors for this year, this season, is the orangish red, like a fiery orange, okay? What I'm going to do is take a fluffy, you want it to be a good fluffy brush. Actually, let me see here. I have, you guys look at this wheel I got from Sigma. It's like this of brushes. And I think it holds like, I don't know, 44 brushes or something on it. And so it's very helpful because I like being able to see all of the brush heads. But, let me see, I think I'm going to try this one. Yeah, I like how much, this is not as tightly packed. I do not want a tightly packed brush. I don't want a dense one for this. What I'm going to do next. This is from Moda Brushes. It is their Moda Studio. So it brushes. It came in my BoxyCharm Luxe for September. So the idea is I'm going to take this beautiful, what is the color of it called again? Beautiful Blood Moon. Right there. Oh, it's so beautiful. I freak out. And I'm going to lightly, see if you guys can see that there, lightly tap that in, okay? It's interesting is this eyeshadow, as I'm putting it on, it's got a very unique formula. When you look at it in the pan, most eyeshadows are just flat. And you can even kind of see the edge of the metal. This and, is it for the top, these bottom four here, these bottom four, oh, you kind of can see that. They are actually more dome shaped. It looks like they were melted and poured in because they're round. And it's just, they're beautiful, okay? You can take, I don't even think I need a primer, and take your finger because they're, and just blend it in that way. I don't want that effect here. Remember, this is daytime kind of look, a fun daytime, but still daytime kind of look. I think this is a little bit too wild. If you work in a bank, you probably can't get away with it. But, okay, so I'm just taking a little. See that? Just tap that off. Tap this. Okay. I'm going to tap and place just a little in here. Ooh wee. Girl. Woo. Okay. Now, let me go back with the flat brush. The dense one. And I may need, yeah, I was thinking I was going to need to do that. I'm going to take, this is a flat brush, I'm going to take this brush, and I have some toner, because I don't have water in front of me. This is from Mario Badescu. This is the Aloe Chamomile and Lavender facial spray. And I'm going to take and spray a little on here. Get it a little wet. Get the brush a little bit wet. Whenever I use something wet on my eyeshadows, because I don't, of course this is good quality, I doubt it's going to go bad. I don't want to have the chance of ruining the whole eyeshadow pan. So what I do is I go around the edge, just around the edges, whenever I use a wet brush, so that the rest of the pan doesn't have any problem being damaged. So I'm going to take just around the edge. Oh, this picks up so easily. This is really cool. I'm having fun, which is what makeup should be. I'm having fun with this. I'm going to tap some of that on there. Okay, this might be a little, oh, there we go. Tap some of that on there. Okay. I don't know if I could necessarily get away with this at work now that I'm seeing just how much glitter it is, but it's a Sunday afternoon and I'm having fun at home, so at least, hey. So, okay, let's scratch that about the work thing, but I'm kind of patting that in there. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just a really beautiful eyeshadow, you guys. And again, I'm not telling you guys to go out and spend, because I didn't even spend the full price, and priorities, but I don't know, the smaller ones in the future, maybe a month or two from now, maybe after the holidays, maybe with a really great sale, I may get the smaller ones from Sephora. Now she came out with, they're called the Astro Solstice, I believe, collection. Those were just released on Friday. Now this is October, the middle, towards the end of October. So these are the holiday ones. Those are like in the 60s. But she has another very smaller eyeshadow, like quad, like for 20 something. That's the ones I was referring to, that maybe just to try it. If you're someone who just wants to try it, but anyway, here we go. So I'm patting that in there. Now I'm going to take, see if I get another blending brush there, because I don't want too much glitter on here. Okay, there, I dusted it off. I'm going to take this blending brush. I'm just going to blend upwards with it. And just as I thought. And blend like crazy, you guys. I really don't know how well it's going to work. This is me experimenting with this for the first time. Someone out there could be who is like a big Pat McGrath person, who knows her eyeshadows and knows her formulas, could be like, oh my gosh, like this is like me putting ketchup on steak or something, for all I know. I don't know. I'm just trying it. But it seems to be blending out quite well. It's giving, yeah, I think it's giving me the look I want. And maybe there's quite a bit of fallout. I would suggest doing your base makeup after doing this, definitely. Again, I just have all this on because I was doing YouTube Live. So, I don't know how well you can see that. There's just color, and I like it. And I'm just going to, right now, I already have all of my other makeup on, so, but I'm not going anywhere. It's Sunday evening. I probably actually need to start making dinner in a minute, but I wanted to share the full experience with you guys. I've been waiting like 2 weeks. It took quite a bit because I ordered it directly from her Shopify website, the Pat McGrath store online. So it was just standard shipping, and then I had it and I needed to let it sit because I wanted to experience, not just open and swatch. I wanted to experience this with you guys. And so here it is. So this is a good way to end my weekend. Oh, it's amazing. That turned out better than I even thought. I'm going to take, is this the wet one? No, this is the dry one. I'm going to go back in under that. Actually, I'm going to play a little. I'm going to go in with the Extreme Dusk. Okay, that's this one right here. Let me tap that. I'm going to take it right to the corner. Just tap. I'm very relieved to know that it is not too dark all at once. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Can't really see that very well here in this camera, but okay. I'm just going to go a little bit. I would say like 1/4 1/4, not even a third, 1/4 of that crease, and then that corner. Now, if you have hooded eyes, or if you're aging, your eyes start to sink. So you don't want to do the whole, what do you call this, like windshield thing. You never do on the outside. There still is a little bit of a downward, but not completely down. So I'm going to go, and I aim a little higher. It's always a tip there, okay? Oh, wow. Like that'd be, oh, I love this eyeshadow palette, you guys. I love this eyeshadow palette. This is going to be the video. I'm going to look ridiculous. I don't care. I love it. Why can't we just have fun with makeup? There's so much going on right now. Everyone's so upset about this subscription box or that box or that being sold out or whatever. Sometimes it's just fun just to use makeup. So I use some of that extreme dusk, and then I'm going to now go back with the same brush and put the Venom. I'm just going to say Venom for short, okay? Tap it up. I'm going to bring that in. There you go. Now that definitely can change this. Wow. I think with the extreme dusk right there at the end, definitely couldn't do this for work because it is kind of more of a smoky eye. But I wonder if I had just did the Venom with Taboo in the corner, and I can try that on the other eye. And then I've got my Fun Fluff one here, and I can just kind of blend that in a little. Gotta be careful though, because there is some serious, still some of that glitter on there. So I'm gonna use another blending brush. This is the more dense one that I had almost reached for before. This is a Luxie 250 large eye blending brush. Blend those out. And I always, for those of you with hooded eyes and aged eyes are starting to droop, go upwards. Don't do that windshield thing. Yes, you're not going to do a straight line, but you're still not going to go all the way down. So you're going to blend, and actually just kind of blend inwards. Anyway, so there you go. Then to finish it off, I use my pointy spray again. You guys can't see that, but I'm going to spray again with this. Okay. It's nice and wet, and get it nice and pointy. This is the second brush like this pointed tip brush. I think everyone needs one of these in their set. Doesn't matter what brand. Get a good, this I was just being dense. I also have, these are the ones I use more often, flat definer. But this one's been more fun lately. I've got another one from another brand, like an Amazon brand, and this. Doesn't matter what brand, just make sure, get it nice and pointy. And again, like I said, if I'm wetting, I don't want to ruin that whole pan, so I always just go towards the edge. Just a little bit towards the edge. What I'm going to do is actually, let me mix a little bit of the Venom there too. Just to add a little color towards the end of my under eye too. So I'm going to take that. There you go. I'm just going to mix that in there. Look up for a minute. And it's going to add a little definition. And it's kind of like a cheat of that's what I call my cheat of the winged eye. Because if I just do it with an eye, there's no way. So, and I just go in, and I start a little bit higher, and kind of make like a upside down triangle. Kind of is the best way I can kind of describe it. Add that color in. I think I need a little bit more of this. Now there are way more fun, glamorous, bright colors, but I kind of wanted to be true kind of to myself, And let's be honest, a lot of us, we just can't in our everyday setting. And yes, this is a fun playing with my makeup kind of thing, but in our everyday settings, we can't naturally just get out there and wear these colors out wherever. So I thought, I'm be a little bit more realistic here. So I'm dipping into the Venom a little bit more because I do want a little bit more red to show down below, just to kind of connect the top and the bottom. There. But I do not want to leave my top looking too bare, so I'm going to go in there and fill that in. I might go in with a eyeliner, a black eyeliner, not a liquid, because that's going to look weird trying to go over that, but like a pencil eyeliner, waxy kind of thing, and there we go. And kind of blend that in right there. Okay, I admit it's not quite as dark in terms of black as I'd like it to be. There we go, look, that's better. There. I don't know how well you can see that on a camcorder, but I am liking that. I am so tempted to go in with another black. I brought a black eyeshadow from another collection just to, but I think I'm going to just try to stick with this for now. And there's a look. I can, on the other side of the same brush that I used for the Blood Moon, I cleaned that up pretty good. I'm going to use the other flat side, and I'm going to apply just a little. I don't want this to be too out there. I mean out there, just like, I'm trying to keep it just more, you know, muted, more blended. So I think I'm going to go with this color, which is called, not Taboo, Bronze Eclipse. And it sounds like it may be more heavy, but look at how it's not quite, I think on me that's going to be pretty good. You know, I think that's going to be just enough to add a little color under my arches, but still at the same time add a little bit more uniqueness there. I feel like something was missing there. I like that. There we go. Better. And then get back in and use this brush to do the blending. I'm big into blending, you guys. So I want to add just a little bit more of the Blood Moon to my lid. Especially more towards that corner there. Because I've gone past the day look. Okay. And back to Bronze Eclipse. I blend, I probably overblend too much for some people's taste, but I just don't like, you know, I just do not like those harsh lines when I, especially for this look. I don't think the harsh lines would do any good. So, there you go. Now, next I would just need to put on, I was going to do my magnetic eyelashes. I actually could just go ahead and do that right quick here. Give a before and after look. Now it's good practice for me to do the magnetic eyelashes in front of the camera, and also to keep true to how easy, it's really not that hard to do the magnetic eyelashes, you guys. It really is. The key is, as I said before in my video, it is the magnetic liner. Trust that, okay? So allow me a moment here to look for that. There they are. Just a little mascara. This came in one of my Sephora play, I think it was from last month. This is Shiseido. It's just a sample. It's not anything. It's just what I grabbed because it's a small size right there. So to take in here with me. Just add a little of that. And now, if you watch my video on how to apply magnetic eyelashes, I explain it's very, very important. You do not want to get this eyeliner on your actual lash